Hey, what's up? Dean Sear Performance back. It's been a while. Um, Went on vacation, posted a video. It's a long video, but that was awesome. Me and my wife by ourselves, no kids. Not that we have kids, they're all grown adults, but it was awesome. Now we're back. Been back, but been working on a couple of things that we can't really do videos on. They're kind of the acrobatic stuff that we do. Um, so I knocked out a bunch of stuff, and we are working on the Escalade with the Duramax in it. Fixed the fuel leak that was at the lift pump. And then we're trying to sort out what is going on with the rail pressure not coming up. It's actually dropping off when you kind of rev it. So I had a diesel mechanic come over here today with his fancy scanner, and basically, he hooked up to it, and it was showing like that the rail pressure was dropping like 700 or so, something like that, when I revved it, where it should be going up like 20,000, something like that. So at idle, the rail pressure is pretty good, 56, 5400, somewhere around there. It's just when I rev it, it loses rail pressure. So we checked everything yesterday. Frankie with the Suzuki rotary, I did a bunch of work to it for him, moved the motor back, and he actually come over and helped me take like all the lines off on the truck and keep keying it on, make sure that we had pressure all the way up to the front from the lift pump, and we had a ton of pressure. I replaced a little hose from the metal feed line to the lift pump. That was like dry rotted, looked really bad, so I replaced that. Thought maybe this morning I put the hose on the injection pump side and like used a shop vac to suck it out, and basically just sucked all the diesel out of the injection pump. The arm keeps falling, it's tired. So I don't think it's anything to do with like any kind of crap in there or nothing like that. So we got it back running. He hooked up the scanner, and kind of his idea is, because the motor sat for a little while, because right before I pulled the motor, it was in my van, and that would do third gear burnouts till you let off the throttle. So the only thing, I mean, obviously a bunch of wiring and stuff has changed, but it runs. It has all the right signals. That was the main thing, was him checking like all the sensors and stuff. He knows more than me what to look for in these. So the rail pressure sensor is good. Like everything lines up to where it should run exactly how it did in the van. Minus like glow plugs, which actually right now are hooked up, but regardless. So it came down to, he thinks that either the injection pump is bad, or that it's like sticking. So I'm not really sure. So his suggestion, before I buy a lift pump or an injection pump, and basically with these, the right way to do it is when you replace the injection pump, you should have replaced the injectors. It's a diesel, and none of that crap is cheap. Injection pumps like $1,400 for a good one. Injectors, I don't even remember the price. I remember the last time I looked them up, they were like $1,800. So that's not something, I don't want to throw $3,600 at it and find out that's not what it is. Seems to me that's what it is, because all the fuel gets to the injection pump. It's just the injection pump itself is not producing the correct rail pressure. To me, that's what it seems. So it could be where I replace the injection pump and then see if that corrects it. If that corrects it, then replace the injectors, knowing that everything, you know, is brand new. But I don't know. So it's kind of where I'm at with it. Kind of stuck for now, in a sense. It does start, it does drive, and I did, wow, it keeps falling. I did end up putting the exhaust on it. I got kind of tired of seeing it. You know, heating up the stuff underneath, whatever. So I did end up and put the same elbow on there. It's like a janky elbow I made years and years and years ago. Stuffed the 4-inch pipe up in there. Took a bunch of leftover pie cuts to the 5-inch adapter that I made years ago to the 5-inch over the axle, which the panhard bar is frame attached on this side. So this side has more of an up and down motion. I'm hoping one of two things happens. It doesn't really hit too bad, or it hits enough that it just kinks the crap out of it, or dents it, whatever. If it doesn't, if it hits and causes an issue, I'll most likely take like a piece of the 1.25 inch tubing that I use, and I'll get a couple of Heim joints, probably 5/8. These look like they'd be roughly like a 5/8 Heim joint, and I'll make a bar kind of like I did for my S10, but in a sense this one will be upside down. I'll make the bar come straight across, very close to that differential cover. So maybe, I don't know, whatever. Maybe it'll come out and then kink out, go over, kink back in, and go like have a bend up, you know, so it'll almost come out like on a 22-degree angle or something, and then come across, something like that. I don't really know. But I got the exhaust on, and then I cut the tip because it was up in the bumper, and I rolled it, so now the tip is sitting kind of far out, but whatever. It's obnoxious anyways, so might as well keep it obnoxious. And the spare tire does fit. Not that it has air. It's like the factory original one, so it's probably no good. But we don't need that where we're going. Probably will. But, so yeah, and then I bent up a hanger out of just some like 1/4 inch rod for now. What else? Oh, and I did, I gotta let it down anyways. Hold on, I'll be right back. So the other thing I did do was drill the thermostat housing, tapped it 3/8 18 MPT, and I put the sensor in there to provide the ground for the fans, which is this little plug right here. So right now I took both fans, high and low, and just wired them together, and they work. We had it up, took like an hour and a half, but it got up to like 187 degrees and the fans kick on. What I'll do is once I integrate all the AC stuff to work again, then I'll take the low speed fan off and trigger it with the AC, like the ground signal for the AC. So that'll turn the low speed fan on. Just as soon as you turn the AC on, it'll turn the low speed fan on, just like it did originally in the Escalade. And then once it gets up to 180, 190, 87, whatever it is, I think it's 185 sensor, then it'll trigger the second fan, the high speed fan. So I'll get it to work that way there. I did get a new battery too. It's a very small battery, but it works. Van start, van. Starts right up. So you hear the lift pump comes on, and it fires right up. And again, there's no check engine light. The only issue I have is the fuel level. I'm trying to work that out, and the traction control light stays on. because the ABS isn't hooked up. But actually, man, it's a lot quieter now with the full exhaust. Dang it. Not really what I wanted, but that's not a bad thing when you live in the neighborhood. Let's see if I can set the phone up real quick. Yeah, no smoke. It's not full rail pressure. His suggestion, I don't know if I said it, but his suggestion that Hot Shots stiction, it's like friction stiction or stiction friction, something like that. They have like 3 products, he said, to put in there and run it through a whole tank, change all the oil, which I still have to change the oil on this thing. And then see where we're at. So that's a cheaper solution. I tried what a bunch of people on a few different forums had said a while back that I had read at one point. Somebody said they just use, let me shut it off because it will not get up to 10. It's probably like whatever that temp is, 160. Yeah, it's like 175. So it'll take forever to go another 10 degrees. So they had said try ATF, transmission fluid. So I did put like probably half a quart in there, and it's got it's got like 10 gallons of fuel in it. I put 10 gallons. It's probably got a little more than 10 gallons in it. But I mean, you'd probably almost not know that that's a diesel. You'd probably think some idiot put a giant pipe on his Escalade. But quick update. That's the Escalade for now. Everything else is out of here. Chavo C10 has been back one time. Twice actually. We did the pinion seal on the rear end. That all of a sudden started leaking. So we did that for him. He's super happy with the truck. And then last weekend, he was getting ready to do it up for a show that he was going to, and the truck suddenly wouldn't start. So he sent me a video. All the Terminator, all the lights went out. As soon as you hit crank, all the lights went out. So I told him to jump the red with the white stripe, jump it to the battery. Truck fired up. I ran to his house, and we just I wired it to a different 12-volt wire that has 12 volts. I ran to his house and I wired it to a different wire, and then he brought it back Monday or Tuesday. I think he dropped it off Monday. And I did run the Terminator off a relay, and I don't know why I did this. I took the ground for the relay and literally just tied it to the screw holding the relay to the firewall. I don't ever do that. So I don't know why I did that, or if I just did it temporarily and then just forgot about it. So I'll never do that again. I'll never do any kind of temporary, thing, and I have a mental note of it now to not do that, to not, make sure I run the ground to a battered ground. So that's what I did. I took the ground off the firewall, put the other wire, the 12 volt key cranking position wire, back to the relay to trigger it, ran the ground to the battery ground, and everything works fine. So he picked the truck up yesterday. He's super happy. Like I said, he's been going to shows. He actually won a best out of 20, I think. He won in one of the car shows a month or so back. So super happy with that. And yeah, I mean, that's it for now. Next up, our Escalade video. Hopefully it'll be doing burnouts, third gear. We shall see. I have my hopes. But right after that will be Zach's Mustang that has been sitting far too long. So I'll start making a video of this one once I start working on it again. That's it for now. I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, give me a like, leave me a comment, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Have a good day.